August 23rd and 24th, I hit up a park that I hit up way back when in 2013, known as a great Six Flags park, Six Flags New England. This is a great Six Flags park, and I still have the feels for it, because it really is an awesome park. And I visited again, and I had even more of a wonderful time than I did back in October 2013 when I went for Six Flags New England's Fright Fest. And it was awesome then, and it is awesomer now. Because the thing is, I got to ride Wicked Cyclone. Wicked Cyclone, if you ask me, is a phenomenal roller coaster, and it blows Twisted Colossus out of the water. The other RMC hybrid that I've ridden so far to this date. So I've ridden actually two, and in comparison, I can say Wicked Cyclone is the better RMC. Now, people may disagree with me. Good for you. But I would like to know why you like Twisted Colossus better, and I would like to know why you like Wicked Cyclone better. If you ask me, way more intense, more greater of airtime moments, and was just an overall more compact and crazy roller coaster. It was also, you could see, winner Best New Attraction in 2015, which is really cool, and I could see why. This thing was awesome. It was a great masterpiece by RMC. They've done it again with the other RMC hybrids that are fantastic. There's not one RMC hybrid that I've ridden of the two that is bad, and I could tell that there's no RMC coaster out there that is bad. So, I also got the chance to ride the almighty Superman the Ride. Now, the last time I rode this roller coaster back in October 2013, like I said, it was known as Bizarro, and just up to 2016, it is now back to Superman the Ride. Because actually, a few years before 2013, up till 2009, I believe, it was Superman the Ride once more. And now, again, it is Superman the Ride, and it is a lot more of an improved version. Now, what do I prefer? It as Bizarro or it as Superman the Ride? So, I think that Superman the Ride was a cooler experience, actually. Maybe it's because it was my first time experiencing it as Superman the Ride, and hopefully it isn't my last, because I would love to hit up this park once again, because I had a blast. But Superman the Ride is definitely one of my favorite steel roller coasters out there, and it is still in similar spotting places as I've had it from my 2015 list, from my 2014 list, and from my 2013 list. Because this thing is crazy. It is an awesome roller coaster, and I love it still to this day. And now, the ride experience doesn't exactly necessarily change from Bizarro, if you ask me, but it seems like it got a little bit smoother. Like in 2013 when I rode it, it had a slight rattle, but now it just feels like it's butter smooth again. Maybe it was like that in 2013, I just don't remember, but here it was butter smooth, and I love it. This thing is great, and it always has been in my books. So, I've also hit up pretty much every ride. I went on Goliath, and what do I think of the new Premier Rides trains? This thing really isn't a bad roller coaster, but it also isn't great. It was really never great, if you ask me. However, for Six Flags New England, because of the limited amount of types of roller coasters, it's probably still like in the top 7 at the park, or like top 5 at the park even. It is a great roller coaster, however, it isn't amazing. And I still feel to that day. It did have some headbanging, some intense at some parts, and it definitely was an intense roller coaster. It was just a bit rough. And I think a lot of people will agree with me with that case. So I also went on Flashback of Vekoma Boomerang, and this thing was just rough like usual. I hit up as well the Fireball, same thing as El Diablo at Great Adventure, nothing specially different. It really wasn't a great excuse of a roller coaster, but whatever. Then I also went on Batman the Dark Knight, and Batman the Dark Knight I went on in 2013, and it is still a great flawless roller coaster. It's one of the more tame flawless roller coasters. However, it isn't like a Bizarro at Great Adventure, or it isn't even like a Dominator at King's Dominion, or a Rougarou at Cedar Point even, but it still is a good flawless roller coaster, very solid, and I do recommend it if you go to the park. Yeah, I also went on some of the smaller roller coasters, like the Gotham City Gauntlet. Mind Eraser was bad. Like, it felt like it got even worse in 2013. I'm not gonna even talk. New England Skystreamer. Now, I have some stuff to talk about this. This is my first Skystreamer that I've been on that was over 400 feet. And this thing was intense. It was crazy. This thing blows the Great Adventure Skystreamer right out of the water. And it is really, like, I know a lot of people won't compare this in some ways, but this is really because of its height. It really adds on to that intense experience and feel that you're 415 feet off of the damn ground. It's crazy. I really enjoyed it. It was breathtaking and thrilling at the same time. It was great. I loved it. Maybe the best thrill ride in the park. Yeah, I also hit up Scream, not a Zumanjaro or Lex Luthor at Magic Mountain, but it still fits to be a good drop tower. And I also like how it shoots up or shoots down. Oh yeah, I don't think I experienced Superman the Ride virtual reality, because I don't think I don't remember, because I think I rode Superman the Ride like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got done with the rides at like 12:30 for Superman the Ride. Of the rides I had in. So I don't think I've experienced virtual reality. I'm out. I didn't. I didn't. But I would have liked to. Oh well, I'll just have to wait till Rage of the Gargoyles at Great Adventure. Yep, and Wicked Cyclone was phenomenal. Thunderbolt. Now, what do I think of the park experience overall? Now, this ride is kind of like Great Adventure, if you ask me. However, it's a little bit more architectural and more nicer and well kept. So when it comes to experience, you'll probably have a better time in New England. But if you want the thrills and chills, then you're going to probably want to go to Great Adventure. Same with Magic Mountain. It seems like Magic Mountain was also a very well-kept park the last time I went there back in 2015. Very similar, well-kept as Six Flags New England. And if you may have a better experience at Magic Mountain than you do at Great Adventure, because Great Adventure really isn't the best of the Six Flags parks when it comes to being clean and all that. Apparently, they're going to be paving the park eventually. Paving the parking lot, I should say. So hopefully they do that soon, because I'm tired of that rusty old garbage parking lot that I always have to pull into every time I go to that park. It really isn't comfortable. But Six Flags New England, I had a great time at it, and I hope to experience it once again within this decade up until 2020. I really do hope so, because I know they're probably going to be getting a roller coaster in 2017, as they get a roller coaster every other year, it seems like, as it's playing as. However, I hope you guys enjoyed. What is your last trip at Six Flags New England like? I would like to know. Did you have a great time? Did you have a bad time? I would love to know, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.